So as I'm doing this video, I just realized I have stains on this shirt. Like, why? And I have paint on my hands. But anyways, this is mom life, okay? So today I decided to do a video about the things I love about having Microlocs. Since I'm 1 year in, I thought this would be perfect. The very first thing that I love about Microlocs is they're unique. So anyone who sees my hair, I mean, of course I live in a predominantly white neighborhood, so yeah. But outside of this community that I live in, like, so when I go visit my mom in Toronto, or I don't know, different people online or something will say, oh, your hair looks really cool. What is that? Like, what is that? You know, are they locks? Are they like, what is that? So you will get a lot of compliments or questions about what your hair is doing. I think it's because most people are familiar with regular locks, but they're not necessarily as familiar with, I guess, Microlocs or sister locks. I consider that a pro because seriously, who doesn't want a compliment, right? The hairstyle is really, truly a wash and go. I started washing my hair pretty quickly right after I got my locks in. I might have waited 2 weeks actually. But essentially, I wash my hair all the time whenever I feel like it. I wash my hair more now that I'm locked than I did when I was a loose natural. I think part of that is because, you know, like if you work out, your hair feels itchy, and in the summer, your hair just feels kind of gross, or at least my hair does. And so I love having the option of just washing my hair and it not being a production. Like if I decide to wash my hair today, which I'm probably going to be doing, it's not a big deal. Like it'll take me the same amount of time it takes me to take a shower, right? So it's perfect that way. You can really wash your hair easily. Your Microlocs are the easiest hairstyle you're probably ever going to have if you're a loose natural who's like 4C-ish texture, because I found that I always, you know, braided my hair because I wanted the convenience, and this essentially gives me that. Like I wake up every single morning, I spray my hair or spritz my hair with water, and that's it. Some days I don't even do that and it looks just fine. So they're really light and versatile. So like, let's say if you decide you want to wear a wig, you can do that. Let's say if you want to do some updo, I've seen people doing all types of fancy things that they used to do with their loose natural hair with their Microlocs, you can do that. Like there's really no limit as to what styling you can do really. Because often like when you tie your hair back, it just kind of looks like your hair is just a loose natural. Yeah, so I think that allows you to be able to, I don't know, just do more things. And I've not personally worn wigs or done fancy hairstyles yet, but I look forward to the day that I do it. And the other thing is they're light, so it doesn't feel like you have this thing bogged down on your head. Like when you have braids, for example, it's like you're, you know, it's like you feel the weight on your edges, on your, just on your head. You just feel heavy. So I like that you can just feel like, you know, light and breezy. And see, they even have a bounce all the time. See, my hair didn't used to do this when it was loose. The bounce of it all, like I honestly like enjoy my hair Microlocked more than I did when it was loose natural now, because I feel like the shrinkage is less than my loose natural hair, and it's also like I feel like I always have, like, you know, if the wind is blowing, there's this like blow to it too. So there's something about the way your hair feels that kind of feels great, or at least for me it does. After you get a retie, your roots look so fresh and it looks like you just got braided. So like for people like me who really used to love to braid all the time, it feels nice to feel like I can get that same vibe. I know some people braid their Microlocs. I haven't done that, like I said, but you know, in lieu of braids, which I'm not sure if I will try it on my hair right now, but I love the feeling that I can just feel like I got braided. Like even now it feels like I'm just wearing braids. Of course they're short, but just that sort of like feeling of being braided is really nice, especially after a retie. But even now, I'm happy with it this way. Like, it feels like braids, you know, that have just been in my hair for a bit long. So I do not miss hair shedding. I mean, you still experience some shedding with Microlocs, but it's not as bad as when your hair is loose. So what I mean by that is like, so on my ends, for example, I have some bits of hair. Under normal circumstances, this would probably just fall out when I comb my hair or something. But with Microlocs, you just leave it and it just kind of becomes its own thing. Like all the sort of shedding just stays on your hair. And that applies to anything. Like, I mean, when you are loose natural, you're constantly like manipulating your hair, combing your hair, raking your hair, washing your hair. Anytime you do that, you're like shedding. I've not had shedding in the shower. It's a miracle, right? Like it's, yeah, I guess my hair still sheds, obviously, I'm sure, but it's like, it just builds into the lock. So it kind of even works out well for me, I guess. So yeah, no more shedding. So if you're like me and you struggle with like fine hair, or parts of your hair are like sparsy, I feel like Microlocs really give you that volume that you would not get with your regular hair. So I feel like my hair used to look kind of thin or flat, but with my Microlocs, especially the more they mature, they're just getting more volume, meaning I could just imagine myself like 2 years, 3 years from now with like a nice, juicy, full head of hair, you know? Yeah, like especially for some of us who have like, you know, like even my edges, like come on. My edges have been struggling all my life, but it's like now I feel like, first of all, they're getting a break. And then in the meantime, I do get that volume sort of full look without even trying. So that's pretty much my rundown on the things I love most about my Microlocs. If you have Microlocs, let me know what are your favorite things about it, especially if you've been locked for longer than I have. Tell me what the promised land looks like. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.